So as a next example, let's create a new file. So right click in the same directory, M4T2 directory. So create a new file, and the name is hello.php. So let me write down hello.php. And in this hello.php, we want to just echo hello world. So it's a kind of similar to PHP info, but let's repeat it one more time. So view, edit, and then let's type HTML, and then closing HTML, and we want to add the body, and we want to close body, and inside here I want to add some PHP block. So let's start with PHP here, and then we are going to close it. So this part is a PHP. Okay, and then let's start with some comment. So let's say here we want to add multi-line comment. How can we do that? Slash and star. Close it with star with slash. So star and slash. And let's add this program. So this is a program that will use echo function. Developer. So developer, your name. And then here, let's say, so how to add one line comment? To slash. So let's say call echo function with let's say hello world. So next line, what we need to do, call the function. What's the function? Echo. So echo will print out the following text message. So let's add text with double quotation mark, and then let's type hello world, and then each PHP statement must be ended with so semicolon. So again, when you develop either simple code or complex code, every time you add one new line, you'd better debug it. You'd better test it, whether it's working or whether there is any error. So let's test this hello.php. So to test it, save it, upload, go to your browser. Now go to your browser, and instead of PHP info.php, we have hello.php. So yes, it works very well. Now let me talk about the variables. So regardless of which programming language you use, you need to use variables. A variable is a kind of memory space where you store some information. So for PHP, you have to be familiar with the syntax of declaring a variable. So any variable in PHP starts with $. Okay, that's the rule. So in this case, in this example, we have $txt, that's variable name. So variable name starts with $, and you can save some values inside this variable. So this equal sign is a kind of assignment. So we are assigning those values in this txt variable. So hello world is a text values, and this value we are storing this in this variable. Numeric variable. So in this case, $number. This is the numeric variable, and we can store numeric value 16 in this variable. So this is a way how to use the variable. And then if you look at your class notes, there are some more details how to use a variable name. So for example, you can use alphanumeric characters and underscores for your variable names, but you may not allow to use special characters or something like that. So read the notes in your class notes. Okay, so as an example of this variable, I would like to modify the hello.php code a little bit more. So in this case, we just directly echo this hello world, But instead of this, suppose we want to use a variable. So let's use $TXT as a variable name with the equal sign. Now we assign this value in that txt variable. Okay. Now in the following line, now what we can do is instead of typing the text, we can just use this variable. So echo, we want to print out what? txt, we want to print out. So you will get the same result if you run this. So let's do it. So save it, upload it, and test it. So yes, as we have expected, we can see the same result. Now let me introduce the concatenation operator. So when you show your web contents, many times you need to combine two different texts. For example, here in this code, we have two variables, txt1 and txt2. txt1 has this hello world as a variable. txt2 keep 1, 2, 3, 4 as a value. Then if you want to show hello world 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, what you have to do? You can use text1 and text2 together, and you can echo it. So let me show you a few different ways to show this result in actual code. Okay, so now let's go back to your code, and here instead of this text1, I want to add one more variable text2, and here I add 1, 2, 3, 4 as a new text. And since this is another line, let me close it with a semicolon. And here I want to echo text1, and then I can echo text2 as well. So let's start with these two separate lines of echo codes, and let's check the result. So I will save it, upload it, and let's refresh it. So now you can see the result, hello world 1, 2, 3, 4, but we need to add one space between hello world and 1, 2, 3, 4. So to add this space, go back to your code, and you can add echo, and this is the text with one space, and we can just close it. So with the three echo statements, text1 and one space and text2, we may get the expected result. So let's save it again, upload it again, refresh it. So now we have this result, hello world 1 space 1, 2, 3, 4. But to get this same result, if we come back to this code, do we really have to use the three separate echo statements? Is there any way we can combine them together? So for this, we can use a concatenation mark, and this concatenation operator is just a period. So let's list all those three texts. First one is text 1, and then it's followed by this text, right? So we can just put one period here, and if you add the exactly same text, this would be the text. So let me copy and paste here. So by doing this, what we have done is text 1 is combined with one space with this period as a connecting operator, concatenating operator. Still, we have to connect the second text, text 2. So what we can do is you can just copy this, and between this current text and the new text, we can add a period, and then you can add the text 2 here. So by doing this, now we can connect all three texts together with this two period as a concatenation mark. So now you understand how to use this concatenation. So let's save it, upload it, and then test it. So you get the same result. In addition to this concatenation operator, in your PHP code, you can use arithmetic operators, such as plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus, increment, decrement. So if you are not familiar with these operators, increment means you increase the number by 1. So for example, current number is 5, then after you apply this operation, what's gonna be the result? X will be 6. Similarly, decrement is 2 minus sign. With this operator, you can decrease the number by 1. So if current number is 5, after you apply this operation, you will get the number less than one number less. So now you can get x equals to 4. In addition to arithmetic operators, in PHP, similar to other programming languages, you can use assignment operators. So we already use this operator, equal sign, for the assignment when you use a variable and a value. So value can be assigned. So sometimes you can combine two operators, like a plus equal sign, minus equal sign, and multiplication equal, division equal, and concatenation can be also used with this quotation. And the modulus can be used this equal sign as well. So if you use this combined operator, the meaning is pretty straightforward. Although you write down like this, the meaning, or it's actually equivalent to this expression. So x, the value, will be assigned with new value, and that is current value plus this y value. So x plus y will be assigned. If it's minus and equal sign, the minus operation will be applied first, and then the result will be saved here, assigned here. So all other operators are pretty similar. So this is assignment operator. And also you can use comparison operator. These comparison operators would be used with some conditional statements that we are going to learn later. So you just compare. So if you want to compare two values, whether it's equal or not, you can use this 2 equal sign. Note that 1 equal sign is just assignment. If you want to compare, you have to use a 2 equal sign. So those comparison operators will return either true or false values. So if the first example, 5 and 8, they are not equal, so it will return first. Exclamation mark and equal sign, this comparison is not equal. So if it's not equal, it will return true. So 5 is different from 8, so it will return true. And here, we can also compare which number is greater or less. So 5 is not greater than 8, so it will return false. 5 is less than 8, so it will return true. And the 5 is greater than or equal to 8, it's false, so it will return false. And the last one, 5 is less than or equal to 8, this is true, so the return value will be true. So the return value is a Boolean type, so whether it's true or false, and it will be used to check some conditions. So when we learn conditional statements, you will see those comparison operators one more time. In addition, we can also use logical operators. So logical operators, two ampersand signs, it represent AND. So if you need to combine two Boolean type values, for example, let's say here x is 6, y equals to 3. So the first conditions, x is less than 10, is it true or false? It's true. Second one, y is 3, so 3 is greater than 1, so second condition is true. So true and true returns true. Or condition is with two pipelines. So in this case, only when two conditions are false, it will return false. Either one of them is true, it will return true, right? So 6, 3, so x is 5, it's false. Y is it 5? No, it's false. So both conditions are false. Then with or, you will get false, but either one of them is true, you will get true. The exclamation mark is simply not. So if the condition is false, for example, s and y, they are different, so this part is false inside the parenthesis. but with the exclamation mark, it will return true.